No one is born believing their peace belongs to someone else. That belief is learned. Maybe the deepest wound was never the fear that someone would leave. Maybe the deepest wound was the belief that if they did, everything good inside you would live with them. You weren't afraid of being alone. You were afraid of being left alone with yourself. And that's the part nobody talks about when it comes to anxious attachment. Because anxious attachment is not the fear of losing a relationship. It's the fear of losing what the relationship does for you emotionally. Now you've checked your phone 3 times in 5 minutes. You've read the last message again and again. Wondered if their tone changed. Started preparing for a rejection that hasn't happened. This is not because you are irrational, not because you are needy. The reason is very simple. When attachment gets activated, your nervous system stops reacting to the present. It starts reacting to something much older. No one is born believing their peace belongs to someone else. That belief is learned. Usually in environments where love felt inconsistent. Sometimes you were wanted, sometimes you weren't. Sometimes you felt safe, sometimes you felt totally forgotten. And your nervous system learned a very painful lesson. Stay close, pay attention, don't lose connection. Now, so many years has gone, still the pattern remains. A delayed reply feels heavier than it should. Distance feels threatening. And someone else's attention starts determining how secure you feel inside of yourself. That's why anxious attachment is what happens when your self-worth has an address outside of yourself. And that's a painful way to live. Because the moment they pull away, your peace pulls away. Your certainty pulls away. Your stability pulls away. The problem is not that they left. The problem is that they took your sense of stability with them. And underneath all of it lies a deeper fear. You weren't afraid of losing them. You were afraid of losing the version of yourself that only existed when they chose you. The version that felt wanted, important, and enough. Which is why healing is not learning how to make people stay. Healing is learning how to stay connected to yourself when they don't. Because maybe the deepest wound was never the fear that someone would leave. Maybe the deepest wound was the belief that if they did, everything good inside you would live with them. If this resonated, comment self-worth. I'm curious how many people have felt this without having words for it. Here we release and heal.